right, guys, what's up? Welcome to the NSL podcast. This is going to be the day we're doing it, Tuesdays at 9:30. It works out for me and Rabbit, and we know we'll be here. Hopefully, Josh will be here for a lot of them. Hopefully, Magic too. We'll get the 4 big commissions in here when he's done moving. Maybe some of y'all too. Hopefully, more people. Josh has some stuff he's going to take care of today in our podcast, so we'd like more of y'all to join because these questions are going to be more personal. Josh wants to get personal with people, feed pics or something. I don't know. But go ahead, Josh. You can take it over today. What's the first thing you got for us, man?
So first, we're getting away from daddy leagues, at least for this year. We're going to be going over to a site called My Madden, run by one guy, and he gets back to you really quick. Right now, he's making us the web page on the actual site. It's just kind of like an open source code thing. So he's copying another league that I like the format of, and it also integrates some different bots for the Discord. So expect our Discord page to change quite a lot. There's going to be a lot more channels, but it's going to be a lot cleaner. So if a player signs a new contract in our league, the bot's going to automatically post it with the details of that contract. If somebody changes positions, there's another subsection for that and a channel. So you can see what position they were and what they're moving to.
Nice. That's interesting. Looking forward to that.
It's just a lot cleaner looking too. You don't get a long URL with daddy league stuff. It's really nice.
Yeah, does it sync with the companion app and all that, I guess?
Yeah, it does all that. I think that's how. I don't think as soon as you give somebody a new contract, it's going to automatically go through. I think you still have to rely on the companion app.
You have to send it. The problem with the only app issue, Rab might have to actually have the league under him because my companion app for some reason will not show my account. I don't know why. About halfway through mid last year, I couldn't do anything. But then again, I think anybody can technically export the data. So in our league,
once I get the league website done, which should be tonight or tomorrow, look for it tomorrow around noon. I'll need whenever you can before the league starts, everybody join and get on the website. That way you're able to use it a little better. You can still use it, if you haven't joined, but it makes it a lot easier to do certain things on there. If you want to, update and see the contract that you just signed, you'll be able to do that if you join the My Madden League.
Does it have an ease of streaming there so we can?
There's a couch bot for that. It has nothing to do with his website, but you have to pay money for that. I'm going to look to see if there's a free bot that we can use for that, because that would be pretty nice. So because everybody struggle. Yeah, you have to have all lowercase, and they seem to change it. It used to be like www.twitch, and now it's HTTPS and stuff. So hopefully we can just get a bot to do all of the.
Yeah, we definitely want to do more streaming this year. So that's I think that's one thing from the actual tourney that did well. People watched a lot of these games, enjoyed them.
Yeah.
So I think if we did streaming, that would be I think if we, everybody did their part and streamed when they could, I think it would really help the league.
As far as this
in it would be nice.
Yeah, as far as this My Madden, are we able to customize it like the banners that I've created in past years?
Yeah. So the banner that you have on Daddy Leagues right now, I sent to him he can do all that, because I don't know how to do all this coding stuff. That's for you young kids like Rabbit. But yeah, you can totally customize the whole thing, which is what's really cool about it. So whenever you see it, if you want to change something and you are familiar with whatever coding language they use, which should be a pretty basic one, you can go in there and move stuff around or change stuff, whatever you want to do.
Okay. Cool.
It should be more than bare bones what he's doing. It should be pretty fleshed out what we have.
Me and Rabbit a lot of the coding for Daddy League, so I think we'll be able to update stuff when needed.
Yeah, so if y'all will be patient while I try to get the bots figured out, because I have to do a bunch of webhooks for each individual channel. And if July, if you'll get me as an admin to where I can edit all the channels, because there's some of them I still can't get to. Like the trade block is a big one that I can't get to.
Okay.
And you were talking about needing a bot that costed money. I think that's a good spot to put our plug. We've kind of teased it out there.
Just like
but,
$1 a month, but
yeah. But we're going to be sponsored. My buddy Scotty that runs eastcoastbreaks.net. You guys may have seen me post some links to different breaks or videos that we do. We do a weekly fantasy podcast now for the past couple of weeks. We're trying to keep that a weekly thing, but last year he started up a site where he does live card breaks. I mean, he's done relatively well, and he's actually a former member of NSL. I don't know if you remember him or not. I'm sure you will once I tell you the story. He was the guy that had the running back assist on in the playoffs.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
The Raiders. No, was he the Raiders? He was the Raiders.
It's something like that, yeah.
Broke the record for rushing that year. I know.
I think Bubba called him out.
Yeah, well, Bubba also was one that had that on.
Or yeah, maybe that's what it was. Maybe Bubba was using it too.
Both of them had it on late in the season after we told them, but
you can't blame Bubba.
We booted him for that, and he still wants to help us out. Huh? Okay,
he's good. He's good people, but he's going to send us. He's going to sponsor us and send us some money to help pay for Daddy League fees, and we're not Daddy League, but any of our fees now. We're looking at getting maybe some smaller trophies to get our Super Bowl winners, things like that. So we're going to be able to do that, just to kind of pay that back. I mean, the sponsorship is to get his site's name out to our folks. I know there's a lot of folks already out there that are interested.
What is the website's name again?
It's eastcoastbreaks.net. We'll start seeing that added to these podcasts, plays of the week, sponsored by East Coast Breaks. He's got about 5,000 followers on Facebook, YouTube, and the like, and has done really well. So we have a good time. Sometimes I'm on there. Like I say, I used to help him do a lot early on, especially when I lived closer to him. But that's just my little plug for East Coast Breaks. You guys go check it out if you're into cards, and if you're not familiar with how breaks work, you can check out some of the videos. Basically randomize your spots and breaking boxes or multiple boxes of cards. So
when we do get sponsored, guys, we're going to be doing these plays of the week, these podcasts. It'd be cool if y'all could get these videos out to other places that aren't necessarily just our league, because I know a lot of I'll be putting it on some Madden channels on Facebook, but there's other places I know that y'all are in that have people that are interested in this sort of thing. So if y'all could pump our league up, we got a sponsor now. It's going to make us look pretty professional. Have some people follow us. It'd be cool to, keep them updated. We'll make a Twitter account if we have to, just for us and our standings. And actually, we won't need to because we have the website from Josh. We'll link that. And hopefully people can follow us, help him out. Everybody wins. So
definitely.
Later on in the year, definitely, especially when we get the officially sponsored and it's in our videos, put that out there too. Help everybody out. That helps us out, helps us keep the league going, helps y'all get prizes, helps him out. It's a win-win for everybody.
Yep.
Sounds like I'm going to be sponsoring the league because I love breaks and I spend a lot of money on buying the team breaks. Especially when you break out like a 1998 Chrome stock or something like that.
Right. It's funny that I have the worst luck in the breaks, but we did a break of like Mandalorian cards, which apparently are really big now, and like from last year. And I pulled I don't know if you guys know Taika Waititi. He's a director, and this is like
it's a little too low. There you go.
It's a one-of-one printing cell card that's worth at least a few 4 digits. So
okay.
It's one of the more sought after cards. So that was from one of the breaks there, just a random spot in there, and got it.
So they do just more than just football cards.
Yeah, he does. He mainly does sports, but we've been getting into trying to get Star Wars, and he sells a lot of like Pokemon. He doesn't break those, but
I was about to say y'all are going to be breaking Pokemon cards here pretty soon.
He sells a lot of that like on eBay and stuff. So it's definitely a place you guys can go check out. if you just want the box sent to you, that's, we do that too. So yeah.
That's how I found the current Raiders user is in one of the card collecting Discord groups.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So he's big into collecting cards. So maybe hit him up if you pull any Mariotas or something garbage like that.
Right.
Justin Fields, maybe.
All right. Well, cool, man. What else you got for us there, Joshy?
Let's talk a little bit about this tournament. I know it's activities not where you want it for a game that just came out a few weeks ago, and
Let me say,
the franchise hasn't even started. Go ahead.
the issue with the it's not necessarily everybody. It's if two people hold you up, unlike in a week where I can just sim it, you're holding up the whole next part of the bracket. And the way I'm trying to do it and playing NSL versus PML people, I can't. It's not just like a tourney where it just goes smoothly. I'm trying to make it so we're playing other people rather than just ourselves every week like we would have normally. So if you don't play, and I don't know how many PML or NSL people we have to play each other, you're holding up the whole next week. I think next year we might just have to do a straight tourney because of this, but
Right.
so it's not necessarily bad activity as much as if one or two people are holding you up, you're holding up everybody. So do you feel like it's a success so far, Josh Rabbit?
I mean, from what I can tell, I mean, it's definitely two playing styles for sure. And I think, I haven't used Playmaker just because I think it's cheese and I don't necessarily like it. But I know, at least we talked them down from 3-1, and it's not like I've, lost any game because of one. But there's two different playing styles. We've seen a little bit on the fringes on maybe a couple games, but otherwise, I mean, people are having fun for the most part, and meeting new folks. The game that I played last night, that somehow I'm back from the dead filling in for Magic, and that was one of the more fun games that I've played so far this year, versus Silver Skulls, maybe was his name.
Yeah.
It was straight, sim the whole game, back and forth. Sometimes, if you got some good players out there that just know the money plays. So
we've all played Jaguars too, because I've made it that way, and I thought he was one of the funner games too.
I had fun.
Yep.
He's got some really cool blitzes.
Yep. Agreed.
Like I've never even seen him before. I saw the play art and I was just like, "What the hell is that? That's so cool." I'm gonna have to check out that play.
Yeah. We had one bad apple that quit mid game, and eventually that's what got him out of the league as well. I know that was a little thing with trending tonight, but I think he communicated with the guy. It seemed like, I don't think it was definitely not to what's his face did. I can't even remember his name. Nuclear, I guess that was his name.
Yeah.
Well, he came in just blazing hot, ready to get kicked. So I was glad it happened now.
First thing in like the chat, I learned my plays from YouTube. Like, oh my fucking god, dude, you make us look.
No, that's a different guy. Oh, that guy's still in the league. Yeah, we're working with him, man. He's young. I'm gonna help him out.
Well, we need young blood in the league. What about you, Josh? How you feeling about the league so far? Tourney.
So my first 3 games, 2 against the Edmonds, those were super fun. I played the Steelers guy. That was a fun game. That dude definitely has a lot more user stick skill than I do, and it's showing in this Madden. The parity between users and with stick skill, at least on competitive mode. I don't know if we're on simulation for the tournament or competitive. I think it's competitive. So it could be different.
Except in franchise mode. So.
Okay, so come franchise time, maybe I'm wrong, but on competitive mode, definitely sticks out with the user catches and stuff like that. My last game, I think the guy would run the clock down to 15 seconds or less every time, and he ran the same 7 plays on offense from the same 2 formations, and wasn't fun. So I just played on my phone, and I think he ran a couple kickoff returns back on me, but I finished the game and said good game. That's all we can do. If you're not having fun, just get through it and play the next round.
It's like Rabbit said, they're 2 different playing styles, and I don't think we'd ever find one that's going to be one for one what we're doing. I'd say 90% of the people in that tourney are pretty fun to play.
Yeah,
which,
I'd agree.
if those are the percentage you're going to get, that's pretty high.
Yeah.
They're probably saying the same thing about us, to be honest. Obviously, we're a little bit more strict and stickler for certain rules. Like, I'm not going to lie, I had no thought in my mind to even check the linebacker at safety rule or the safety at linebacker rule. That wasn't even going through my head. I thought that was a default. 100% every sim league runs no safeties at linebacker, and I was wrong. So this is a 10-year sim league that runs safeties at linebacker. So you know,
Yeah,
everybody's definition of sim is very different.
Yeah.
It's going to be for everybody. We had a view when we first started, and we've always went towards that, and all our rules are dedicated towards this one rule or this one idea of what we're trying to get, and I think we've accomplished that. So it's a little jarring when you go outside of that circle.
And to be fair, it's probably a little jarring when you come into this circle, and that's why some guys it takes them a little while. But if they stick with it, I think everybody that's came along that was that way has seen that what we play is a more sim style than most, I would say. So, and if they don't get it, then they either leave on their own accord or they get shown the door. Either way, so
it took me about 3 or 4 cycles of Madden before I got to the level that was probably acceptable. And that's just how it is. Especially, I came from a very competitive play style. I think Madden 2010, I was ranked top 100 in the world. So you can just imagine the shit I was doing on that game. It's not at all how I play nowadays. But I have a lot more fun doing this.
I don't know, man. This seems to be your year, man. This might be your Super Bowl year.
So as long as you
well, now that I got Rabbit out of my conference, maybe.
You are
the only thing stopping me in the playoffs.
This is probably the best I've seen you play, like, consistently. You are on top of it. I'm scared to play you in the regular season if we got to play. That defense is. Everybody else is struggling on defense, not Josh. He's out there taking everything in the.
Yeah, it helps when George Payton goes out and gets you 4 of the best cornerbacks.
Doesn't matter. Still playing lights out with the Broncos, and that's impressive.
So that kind of helps lead into my next question. I kind of know y'all's team's weaknesses, except for maybe the 49ers. I don't even know if they have one. But we'll start out with July. What's y'all's biggest weakness on Madden? How do you planning on correcting that or making it, a strength for season 1 and beyond?
I have Kellen Mond. I'm going to be starting Kellen Mond. Kirk's too low of a quarterback for me to be okay with not developing a young quarterback. My offensive line is terrible. Anybody that's played me knows I have to get the ball out insanely quick, which is fair, to be honest. My true life line is pretty bad, as we saw this Sunday. But I think the number one thing that's bad with my team, and that's really going to hold me back year 1, is the fact that I only have, out of my every player on my defense, one that is over 90 speed, and that is Pat Pete. And he's probably not going to be over 90 speed next year. I think he's 32 or 33, so I don't even think he's going to get fixed. I got Rashad Breeland, who's slow, Mac Alexander, who's slow, Cam Dantzler, slow. Xavier, Harrison is actually pretty close. I think he's 91 acceleration, 87 speed, which is pretty good for a safety, but he's 33. He'll drop next year. We won't be fixing him. Xavier Woods is slow. My linebackers both aren't, Anthony Barr, they've really done a number on him. He's 86 acceleration, 84 speed now. So he's just another guy. The one thing he did good, be very fast. He's not anymore. Eric Hendricks is okay. I think he's 90 acceleration, 86 speed, just okay for a linebacker. But I played Carl and his linebacker are all 90 speed, and they're keeping up with, my wide receivers, and my guys are just, I can't play man. I tried it, and every time I play man, it's just an automatic somebody gets open, and I don't even tackle them because my guys are so trailing so far back. So
If it
speed on
makes you
defense.
feel better, when I run man, there's at least 2 people open. Seems like you cannot guard any kind of cane crossers or drags or slants with it. It just doesn't work.
Oh, well, maybe it's not my team then, but definitely speed on defense. Defense in general. My whole team, this is probably the worst team I've started with, and this is going to be a
Pretty
challenge
bad.
because they're all old too. So it's not just oh, well, I got young talent developed. I have to get the old talent out, new young talent in, and then develop them within the 5-year time span. We'll see how it
You're
goes.
good enough though to make up for it, so I think you'll be all right.
It's
Right.
gonna be
You grab it.
Yeah, that makes up for a lot of it being a good user there. As far as the Niners go, it's definitely going to be on the back end of the defense. Cornerbacks are Verrett's. I think he's going to be 31, 32. May have one more year of repairing his regression, but other than that, it's going to be tough. And I don't have any first round picks the next couple of years. I mean, that'll be nice to have Trey, but going to have to hopefully with this, new fandangled scouting system we're waiting on. Hopefully it helps get some later round picks. But yeah, definitely going to be cornerbacks. I think, obviously we're set on the defensive line, linebackers, wide receivers, Raheem, quarterback, running backs. Trent Williams is going to try to retire, and I'm just not going to even click into that story. And from what I've seen so far, that helps.
it will keep them from retiring. They won't even retire in the off season when you do that, which is
right. But yeah, there was no way around that with Trent. I assumed multiple seasons, and even if he made it through one season, the couple of times you check back in and you keep winning, the very next season he does it again. I've also read that that's a glitch and they'll fix it, but who knows with EA? But it's definitely that. How about your Broncos, Josh?
Well, to tack on to your point right there, I was 3-0 in the test league, and one of the linebackers, I don't remember who it was, he's older, he threatened to retire. We were 3-0. So it has nothing to do with losing, I guess, for some guys. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's going to be full of surprises since we never really did run the test league. We didn't really test anything. So hopefully they fix a lot of this stuff since we're just sitting here waiting on the scouting update. Broncos need quarterback. If Drew Lock is bad on simulation mode, I have no idea how he's going to play not on competitive. And I need a right tackle. That's about it. Feels good. They're all
Nice.
young. They're all fast. Can't complain.
I got Kirk if you need a quarterback.
I got Teddy Two Gloves, boy.
You and your ex-Viking quarterbacks. What you want, Case Keenum? Oh, you did have him. My bad.
Thanks. When you gave me Kirk Cousins, his head went missing. So
Changed his name.
yeah, well, I didn't know it was going to delete his head.
It's Madden. You should have known.
That was awesome. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
So we haven't really tested fatigue progression yet. I don't think. Have any of y'all seen late season fatigue?
In the game, we went up to week 8 in the test league, and I didn't see anything up to that point. The way they were making it,
Go ahead.
the way they were making it sound is like by week 12, 13, if I'm going to be running Dalvin Cook into the ground, which I am, he should be sucking fumes by about week 10, because who else do I have to really run the ball? Alexander Madison, who is good in real life, but in Madden he's 86 speed, so it's tough to use him consistently besides anything just straight up the gut. So we'll see. You have
saw
two
kind
running
of the
backs.
same thing. It was like week 14 is really when it hits you, but I don't know if that means they were doing split reps or starters or backups in practice mode, or how many carries that was. So I think the strategy for me is to just give the young guy all the carries till he stops playing, and then put in Melvin Gordon. And if I make playoffs, I'll have a fresh running back for the one game that I get to play in the playoffs.
Yeah, I have trending in my league. Berkey has a really nice roster. You know, even Hulk isn't bad with the Bears once he gets used to him. He's got a good quarterback for the first time in ever using the Bears. So
I hope he runs y'all.
honestly, I might just move Cook for more talent because everybody knows me. I'm not trying to run the ball 30 times a game. Maybe somebody else will have more. I can just get something that'll help me and my style. I don't know. We'll see. Not
About
really a
you,
doubt.
Rabbit? Have you seen anything about fatigue that makes you kind of adjust your strategy going into the year?
Well, I mean, just in previous years, your running backs were always going to get hurt anyways, at least the running backs that I had. So
Yeah.
I'm really going to have to cycle some of those guys out, a running back by committee. I can't, especially I would assume if we're not in by the next player update, Raheem's going to have a much lower injury rating. So he definitely will probably be getting injured the first couple seasons. So, just getting that rotation going, and some folks worry about stats, but in this case, you're better to have a 1,100 yard rusher than one with 300 yards and out for 10 weeks at a time. So
That's true.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see if any playoff teams get greedy with the rookie stat lines, and then have to pay the price. Whether it's now they're missing their starting running back or wide receiver or whatever it is.
I anticipate a lot of complaining happening from people getting hurt during training. I know it's coming.
Oh, and it's a lot of injuries too. If you not the first week, but they build up. Like
if you
each
don't,
training practice, I was seeing like 4 to 6 consistently on max settings.
Right. Yeah, you got to change out to the half pads or half starters or backups
Somebody's
or
not
whatever.
going to pay attention though.
Oh yeah,
It's
for
gonna
sure.
be bad. It's going to be a bloodbath.
And they're not even going to realize they're like halfway through a game or something. Oh, where's so and so?
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. That will be a whole new thing to Madden. Can you imagine how many playoff games? Like, Rabbit, Trey Lance is out. You got to start Jimmy Garoppolo for a playoff game. You ain't use Jimmy all year long. That's gonna be crazy.
Right.
You know?
That's okay. I'm not making the playoffs anyways. That's fine.
Okay.
Now, what were you talking about? Okay.
It's tough too.
Well, I mean, yeah, Seattle will probably win your division, but then,
100%. But I mean, this year for sure. I mean, I started off. I'm going to be 0-3 or 4 off the bat. I start out with trending, Cripps, Verkey. I think Game 5 is TRC. Going to have July later on down the road. TRC
welcome to
again.
the NFC.
I know, right? Hey, I used to live here. I ran through them before. I may get lucky one season and have another magical run, only to lose in the Super Bowl, unless you're in it, Josh, and then I'd be guaranteed to win. So,
I'll just run fullback fake dive on you. I got it.
right.
So who is over there with you, Josh? Coach?
I got. He's. Oh, you mean in the AFC? Yeah, he's the Steelers now.
Nemesis.
Yeah, BMM?
Yeah.
H2O?
H2O. If he wasn't really playing last year as well as he normally does, but we got BMM.
89. 89's the Jets.
89's got the Jets, so he's not going to be competitive season 1.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's still going to get wins. He's still going to get stats. But when he goes up against like Marv or BM&M, and then the ratings start to show, he's gonna have a quick exit out of the playoffs if he makes it. That team is really bad.
It is really young
it's
though.
like,
take a couple of years.
The pressure you can get on that O-line is insane.
You know about that?
That's why we play the games, right?
That's it.
That's why we play the games. Hope to see some parity in this year. That'd be cool. I want to see at least 2 people that have never won a Super Bowl win a Super Bowl this year. That'd be awesome.
So
Definitely.
going off of that question, give me a dark horse from, I don't know, one from each conference.
Each conference, like AFC and NFC. You in the AFC by far. Like I said earlier, I think you are going to be a surprise, and you're only going to get better once you
Not
get.
if you tell everybody, it's not a surprise.
You're going to get Locke built up a little bit, or another option at quarterback. Honestly, like you said, you don't really need a lot. You could probably trade for. We all know there's a couple people that hate to pay quarterbacks. I've already been targeting them, seeing what's up with them. But there's always some people. So you in the AFC and the NFC, nobody, man. To be honest, it's too top heavy for
Dark
somebody to
horse.
sneak through.
Where's Nick Jr. at? Did he get the
NFC.
Cowboys?
He's
Did he
made a
get the-
Super Bowl. He's not a dark horse.
He hasn't won one.
Okay, Nick Jr. has a chance to win a Super Bowl, but those are my two. You and honestly, I don't see anybody that isn't already a big name in the NFC coming up.
Right.
Just too top heavy.
I think BM Nemesis with the new abilities Josh Allen has, he could do a lot of damage, and I'm sure they got a lot of rating boosts from the last year. Because when we started the league, they were not a serious contender team in 2020. So look out for him. And then, like you said, Nick Jr., I think he's playing really good this year. He got Breeze off his team finally, so it kind of makes it easier to start building in year one. You got that money off the books.
Yeah, he's been super. How about you, Rabbit? Who you got?
Yeah, probably Nemesis. I'd like to see if Coach can. But who's the Ravens? Is that Magic now?
No, it's Jug.
Jug.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be some fun games.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna call Jug and Coach coming out of the AFC North. Wreck your Super Bowl plans there, Josh.
Jug
And
did
then-
a lot of damage with the. I'm sorry, Jug did a lot of damage with the Giants.
And with the Panthers back in the day.
Yeah, he's done a lot with a lot of shitty teams. This is the first time I ever really remember him having a good team, so that's a good call.
And Lamar's going to be tough any way you shake it. So, I know Diego definitely progressed over last year, but with the Jug at the helm there, it might be a little dangerous there in the AFC. NFC, probably Nick Jr. Maybe even I like to see Verkey come back and make a Super Bowl.
That's a good one. I
if
agree with that.
If he's got his game on, then it's hard to stop him. It's just so top heavy in the NFC. You never know what's going to happen there. But
If you're the Packers owner in NSL, are you trading Aaron Rodgers or are you riding with him? Because he starts regressing after this season. After season
Am I a
one.
Packers fan?
No, you're a Vikings fan.
Hell yeah, I'm trading him. Yeah, I'm trading him and getting what I can.
because probably by the end of the
Depends how much he
cycle.
regresses. I would do some tests, see where he regresses, and go from there. Because if I can get him for 3 years, I'm keeping Aaron Rodgers for 3 years with those abilities. So, but if he starts regressing and hits on a little too hard, I'd probably trade him. It would do some testing, see where he's going. In like
Did
3
you
or 4
see that there's a coaching staff ability that lets you pick a position group a season and not get as impacted by regression?
Saw that, yeah.
That's helpful.
That would
go
be
down that path, though. You would have to go down like the offensive path up for the head coach, I'm guessing.
it's
Or
at the
defense.
very bottom of that tree, whatever it is. So yeah, you would have to do that.
That's cool.
So you wouldn't have to pick a specific path to get it. You just have to finish that tree.
Oh, okay. So by year 5, maybe, hopefully, is the.
You get a ton of scout points. And I did a custom coach and did staff modifications, and I had like the whole side of 2 different trees all the way done. I don't know if I picked like
Did you
when I
have-
started. I
Did
don't
you
know
get
what I had, if it was normal or what.
Did you turn off the free points you get for pre-order bonuses?
Yeah, I didn't have none of that. It just came like automatically built into the coaches.
Oh, okay.
If you
Oh.
pick, there's strategist and then there's team builder, and it was strategist, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, it seems kind of overpowered. It's like, okay.
Could be, but we will see. It's definitely going to be interesting year one. Hopefully this the game planning should be pretty interesting, like people getting hurt, and then the scouting, it actually might be, pretty fun for us this year. Might be able to get into year 5 and keep playing. We'll see. We'll see.
Wouldn't hold my breath.
Have enough tipped interceptions to want to blow our brains out, I guess.
How are we doing on time? I think we're at 44
35
minutes.
35 minutes.
Okay.
We're probably here at the end. So, like I said, this is going to be every Tuesday at 9:30. Everybody still watching? If you'd like more people to get on, like I said, we're going to be doing a sponsor here soon. So you'll be seeing that involved in the league, and that's only going to be good for the league. We don't really have to give anything besides maybe a plug, every podcast or highlight video, and probably on our page. But it's going to allow us to do a lot for y'all. And then if y'all are part of it, it makes us seem even better for the long run, and we can get better members in here, get a waiting list, so that we can, if somebody does go out of line, we can have an easy fill in and have people want to join. So I'm pretty excited about that. Hopefully you guys can join with us Tuesdays at 9:30. And that's all I got, Rabbit. Josh, either of you have anything?
Yeah, the podcast style, hopefully we can kind of do more of what we did tonight, trying to, instead of just July yelling at us how we broke all the rules and are playing our games, getting a more of a discussion between everybody that comes on here. So we don't just have somebody joining and staring at their phone for 99% of the time and getting to speak for a minute or two. So don't be afraid to come on here if that's the issue. We're going to try to get everybody involved with, questions or just whatever's going on in the league, and maybe specific things for your team if we know you're coming on here ahead of time.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rabbit, you got anything?
No, that's it. Yeah, definitely looking for more folks to come out and talk. Just some conversational talk about maybe some big games coming up. Who we think is gonna win certain divisions and things like that. So it's a lot of fun when we get out here. Just looking forward to hopefully this scouting update coming soon and us getting back out on the field. Definitely been missing it.
Something cool with the scouting updates, we can actually get like a top 5, maybe a top 5 people we think are going to be like the top 5 picks in the draft and go for that. That'd be, especially if you get more information, and that'd be kind of cool.
Yep, definitely.
Because there's going to be a mock draft that's put out, 5 times per season?
Yeah.
So we can everybody can see the same mock draft, so we can all kind of just talk about that,
Nice.
Yeah.
That could be pretty fun.
Might actually get some information to the league if you're watching these. So.
True.
So, all right, guys. Appreciate it, and we'll be back next Saturday at 9:30. So if you're gonna be here, try and let us know. All right, peace.
See ya.